next 5, 10 years?
I think a couple of things. One is Bitcoin mining has to become more energy efficient. And we're already seeing with the latest generation of machines from Bitmain, who is arguably the largest producer in the world, a 30% reduction in the energy required to generate the same hash rate. I think we're going to continue to see that curve accelerate. You have a number of new ASIC and semiconductor providers who are aggressively coming into this space. There was a Fortune 50 company who's launching a product later this year that is a merchant silicon vendor. So now you're starting to see the professional, typically specialists, if you would, coming into the space. The other thing that you're going to see is, Bitcoin mining and Ethereum mining today is predominantly done with these, what almost look like desktop computers that sit on shelves. And that is going to change. As immersion comes, you're going to have industrialized mining rigs that are really designed for high density and high performance workflows at low energy. You're also going to start seeing the power companies really coming in a very big way in this space, as Dave mentioned, where they're all of a sudden seeing, hey, I'm generating 700 megawatts of power. Let me have 150 to 200 megawatts of that as baseload Bitcoin mining. I can curtail it myself. And so as soon as the power company starts getting involved, now all of a sudden you start seeing they have an incentive to deploy wind, solar, plus hydrogen. Why hydrogen? Well, hydrogen is the ultimate battery, right? If you use a certain amount of your power to crack hydrogen, you get green hydrogen out of water, which is 100% clean fuel when you burn it in a turbine to generate electricity when your wind and solar don't operate. So you have this really virtuous cycle that's going to start developing in the power world, where I personally think in the next 5 years, we won't be an independent company. I think we're going to get bought by a very large power company, and that power company is going to have a global fleet of energy generation resources, of which Bitcoin mining and high performance tier 0 data centers make up a good portion of the load, and then that will pay for all of the load that then can go to consumers. And in the US, this is becoming a very big issue, where you start seeing members of Congress now wondering, well, if a Bitcoin miner is taking electricity, it's taking it away from a consumer. And A, that's just not the fact, because there's excess capacity in the market. But more importantly, the only incentive a power company has to build more generation capacity is that there's more load for it. Yep. And if you don't have more load, you won't have more renewable energy. So I think it's a virtuous cycle, and we'll see a sea change over the next 5 years in who does mining, how it's done, the type of technologies, and it'll be much, much more energy efficient. And within 10 years, we will likely see what I call net zero energy in mining, meaning the miner generates all their own energy. We recapture heat from miners, use that for energy generation, and essentially get a flywheel effect. That's great.